2006. Girl, before when I do it again. Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Word back in the game. About to jump into another hook bang. Know what time it is, man. It's your boy Word back in the game. About to jump into a not today. Today, man, we are getting into something I've been wanting to get into for some time. The time is so appropriate to jump into this and make this video today. Also, outside of that, man, I know it's been a minute. I've been dropping the podcast episodes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Damage Control Podcast is now and has been for 2 episodes on the What's the Word channel. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you go to the Damage Control Podcast where we talk about music, sports, the latest news, hot topics. In the last episode, I had my boy Late Night Drive. Shout out to my boy. He's an R&B artist now located in ATL. And yeah, man, we got some more episodes and a lot of new guests, a lot of more guests, dope interviews is gonna be on the way. So make sure you go over to the Damage Control Podcast playlist on the What's the Word channel and make sure y'all check it out. But like I said, man, let's get back to business. Today we here to make a video that I think is necessary. I think it has garnered the right amount of attention, at least to me, that it's time to make this video. You know what I'm saying? It's time to make this video. I think it is like the elephant in the room for hip hop, if I may. And what I'm talking about is NBA YoungBoy really the GOAT of this era, of this generation of hip hop?
Young boy like the blaze, no hand grenades, we get your head blown. Ripper shit, this drop, don't want to cook, just work this truck on.
I think it is time to investigate, at least from the surface level, and look at what's been happening, man. NBA YoungBoy, Louisiana resident. He came out, I want to say around, at least I got on him around 2017. Smoke money. 2017, that's when I probably got on NBA YoungBoy. Ever since then, the guy has been on a tear. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really interesting. The NBA YoungBoy is where he is today, with a lot of the industry being against him. And because this guy has, like I said, since I got on him, he's turned the corner and never looked back. He's never looked back. I have to give it to him. You know what I mean? Is NBA YoungBoy ready to go to this generation? He has 25 plus projects released since, I believe, 2016 is when he dropped his first on Apple Music or digital outlets. That's a mixture of collaborations, albums, mixtapes, EPs. You know what I'm saying? In 2022 alone, he's dropped 3 projects. Today just dropped Rilla 2. It was on YouTube at first. Now it's actually on Apple Music, Spotify, all the digital outlets. So we talking about 4 projects in a matter of not even a whole year yet. We're in September and he's dropped Colors. That was at the top of the year. Better Than You with the Baby. Lastly Mito. And then today he drops Rilla 2. 4 projects in a matter of a year. 2 of them already went #1. This kid is not kidding. You know what I mean? No pun intended. The kid is not kidding. And I want to say NBA YoungBoy at this age, at this time, is only, he still has to be under 25. YoungBoy age. I mean, this is nuts. It's pretty insane when you think about it. YoungBoy is only 22. The boy is only 22. In 2022, he's dropped 4 projects under a year. 2 of them already going #1. Mind you, another one went #1 within the last 12 months. So there's 3 technically in the last 12 months. Now we must see what this Rilla 2 is going to do. Rilla 1 was actually one that actually connected well with the fans. The NBA YoungBoy community fan base is strong, if not the strongest in the hip hop genre for sure. I would probably put it as the #1 fan base right now of this era. When you look at his contemporaries and peers, when you think of the Baby, Lil Baby, Uzi, Roddy Ricch, that's the class that I kind of put NBA YoungBoy with. You know what I mean? NBA YoungBoy shows off his plaque for having 100 gold and platinum singles. If you don't know, if you're not aware of what that actually is telling you, he has 100 certifications with the RIAA organization. Singles that sold over 500,000 plus units or a million units for singles. So he has a collection collectively in counting 100 plus singles that have sold either 500,000 or 100 million thousand. Not 100, a million units, which is nuts. Most streamed artist this year so far in the US. He comes in at number 2, only behind Drake, which is insane. This is as of May 28, 2022. Drake is at 3 billion. YoungBoy is right at 2.8 billion. Is the number 2 most streamed artist of the year so far in the US at 3.3 billion. And this is as of June 29th. This is only a month after the last report. He's number 2, only behind, of course, none other than Drake. He's sitting at 4.16. Mind you, yes, Drake has dropped Honestly Nevermind over the summer. It was a dance record that only consists of about, I think it had like 11 records on there. You gotta take in mind, YoungBoy just released The Last Slimito, also with Rilla 2, and who knows if he's not going to drop another record from this point on with it being the fourth quarter. We still have September, October, November, December. It will not be any surprise if he was to go on and drop either a collaboration, another mixtape, or another album. Who knows? I'm not saying he has a guarantee that he may be the most streamed artist in the US of 2022, but I'm giving him a good chance. Cause also you got to keep in mind Drake is probably gonna drop another project. He already hinted at dropping Scary Hours 3, so that that can also be something you got to keep in mind, and the fact that he also does a lot of features throughout the entire year as well. But there's no ceiling for what this guy can do. His output is ridiculous. When you talk about the quality of his music, he knows his fan base. He feeds them what they want. The last record I was invested in, I would say, was Sincerely Control. That was last year. I actually did get a chance to skim through Better Than You with him and the baby. I liked a few of the records. For me, NBA YoungBoy, he has records that I can get in my playlist. But he knows specifically his audience and fan base to a T. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of kids that are now growing up are looking at NBA YoungBoy like how I viewed Wayne in 2008, 2009. And Wayne was releasing records crazy. Like, it was one year where I believe Wayne dropped maybe 169 songs in a year. It was something crazy. Like, I'm not saying what NBA YoungBoy is doing is anything new or something we never seen, but it is something to commend as far as this generation. I think he's setting himself apart from some of the contemporaries and peers that seemingly seem to get more praise than him. Like I said, also the industry somehow don't rock with him. He don't get a lot of features that a lot of the other guys at his stage gets. Somebody like even Nav. Nav is nowhere remotely where NBA YoungBoy is, but he's getting, when you go look at his recent playlist or recent track list that he's about to drop this Friday, it's insane. He has Lil Baby, Travis Scott, Lil Uzi, Bryson Tiller. I mean, he has crazy amount of features of, some of the most relevant and popping artists right now. You go to the NBA YoungBoy record, Rilla 2, I believe, has no features except for one with somebody I'm not familiar with, and then the last album had Rod Wave, Kalani, and maybe one other one, but it wasn't just like loaded with features that you think somebody at his stature, at his success, would garner. You know what I'm saying? So is NBA YoungBoy ready to go to this generation? In my estimation, if somebody was to say that, it's not too much I can really fight. It's not too much that I would dispute about that statement. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at the numbers, when you look at the music, when you look at his audience and fan base, he checks off a lot of the boxes that would crown him that. The only thing I would knock or be super critical or criticize is the fact that he's not being able to be mobile and do tours and have that impact more than just his audience. Like, I feel like a lot of times I'm having a conversation with people about NBA YoungBoy. It's not necessarily with his fans. He's about 5+ years younger than me. And most people that are, at least I'm around, are probably not listening to him. But when I go on the internet, when I get around a younger audience, he's being deemed as that guy. I would say it's either between him or Lil Baby. And I got another video I got coming that I'll be tackling Lil Baby album and what this means for his career. But I think it's time for us to really look at NBA YoungBoy as one of those guys. If not, then you have to really put your ear to the streets, really look and see what this guy's doing, and give him a fresh share. Give him a fresh shake, man. But yeah, my biggest critique is just, he has to at some point. I know he's going through a lot of legal issues and legal things right now with his cases and being in and out of jail a lot. But I would say in order to fully grab that, I would say he needs to have a tour where he can shut down city to city, be more mobile, so we can really feel his impact. And then also just having music more for just in his audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, more than just for his audience. I feel like he's not necessarily at the global level sound-wise. His numbers are being just magnified by his audience. But I think it needs to be more people that can chime and check into an NBA YoungBoy album, an NBA YoungBoy project. Right now, I think it's pretty just right here, when it needs to be more around here. Lil Baby does a good job. I think he does a better job at that. Speaking to more people, jumping on different sounds, having a wider variety of who his music is for. And that would be the person I would say is running it right now, is the one that they would call the GOAT of this generation. He does stay relevant, you know what I mean? He does release consistently throughout the year, whether that's features, whether that's collaboration albums, whether that's mixtapes, things of that nature. I think thus far he's been consistent and not out of sight, out of mind, but very present with consistently releasing music. So, yeah, man, y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think of this video, what y'all think of NBA YoungBoy, stats, his music, his audience, his career. Is he ready to go? If not, who is ready to go of this generation, this era? Who do we think this era is deeming as, you know what, that's the guy? I think this video helped some people see things about NBA YoungBoy that they probably haven't. If you haven't heard his music, well, obviously you're missing out on something, because the guy has an audience. He has something special. He has something that his audience keeps coming back to time and time after again, though they're getting music throughout the entire year. Shout out to Academics, man. He also tweeted and said, man, your favorite artists go missing for 4 years. He starved your ears. Y'all don't get a lot of music from him, while you got cats like NBA YoungBoy that's consistently dropping music year in, year out, multiple times out the year. I do like artists like that, honestly. That's why I'm a huge fan of Wayne, Drake, Future, Uzi. Like, my guys, they consistently have to drop. Tory, that I tend to lean more towards people that have a boatload of music rather than being so scarce. Chris Brown's another one of them. So yeah, man, it's NBA YoungBoy, really the GOAT of this generation. Leave the comments in the comment section. You know what time it is, man. Make sure you hit the notification for the next video. We got more videos coming. Reactions are back this month, September, on out the fourth quarter. We got a whole lot of goodness coming, man. Like I said earlier, make sure y'all subscribe to the Damage Control playlist. It's on WatzTheWord channel now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Word. Yeah! Did it before and I do it again.